fast level 2? Do you think you should be trying to pressure mid more in the beginning? Or are you down just for them to run the full defensive tri-lane?
I think they just rotate him mid. Just because Invoker's kind of an easier kill, depending on who plays what. Like, maybe he's their mid player, but Sylar's their lone druid player, right?
It should be lone druid mid though, right?
You would think so. I think for this particular adjustment. But it is kind of weird. I think going from mid to playing safe lane is a lot easier than going from safe lane to playing mid. Because there are more nuances involved. Like, you have to actively think about denying a little bit more, and the creep equilibrium is a little bit different.
If you just look at hero matchups though, the lone druid would fare better against the invoker, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe there's almost no chance that I think that he has against an invoker. He just wouldn't be able to get reliable farm. I think the hero itself is okay against invoker, but later on it becomes a little bit weirder.
And we've seen a plethora of mid lone druids before. It's a very tough hero to actually gank or control as an enemy mid or enemy supports. It's just rough to go into. That shouldn't be a problem here. MVP Phoenix are going to be perfectly content, I think, with just running their normal dual lanes.
Did you see what happened, by the way? Q picked up the bounty rune, and because he's a Quaswex invoker, he initially bought the salve, because I think he just has a quick cast, and then he immediately sold it. He's like, I'm against a lone druid and I'm an invoker.
Yeah, really no need for something like that. You've got that natural regen against a hero that really shouldn't be threatening to you whatsoever. At least not until at least level 5.
Once you've got root gaming going on, though,
yeah,
things become weird and annoying. You get like a double root early.
Really bottom lane, it looks like they're going to be jumping in on our Bristleback. Forev has been left alone. The Wisp is only just now going to come in, but it's too late. MMY is able to secure the first blood. Apparently, Febby felt like he was going to be okay to leave that lane alone, but...
Hey, Febby went to go stack.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I'm not really sure why he thought the Earth Spirit was going to be running mid. I know we talked about it, but at the end of the day, while Invoker may be an easy hero to gank, Lone Druid is certainly not a mid hero that takes advantage of the Earth Spirit's aggression in mid lane.
Yeah, I think it's different too. If this was an Exort Invoker, I would say gank away, like, as soon as your Lone Druid has roots. But because it's Quaswex, it's a lot less reliable, and I think Forev just isn't used to being contested. Like, for the most part, in all the matchups that we've seen so far, he's had a somewhat easier lane.
Febby.
Oh, this
the
is
perfect camp, too.
That's cute.
Yep, he was able to do a quick little tether pull with the...
Oh, he's going to stack at the same time, too. Okay, this is like max efficiency.
It really is. That's going to be a 3-stack already for the Bristleback to take advantage later on. So even if his lane doesn't go all that well, we know he should have a nice recovery. Now, right now, the Earth Spirit is going to be checking out that Ancient Camp. I'm not sure if... did he counter-ward it? He did. So he blocked out the Ancient stack.
This time, though, he doesn't manage to get the pull. A little bit late to that, but I think Febby does know the existence of the Sentry. But maybe doesn't have a creep wave. Push into the jungle briefly, but DDC looks like he's going to connect this pull no problem.
QO having some issues. MMY and Sylar, they're going to be able to get a block off here with the Fissure as well. QO is most guaranteed dead, as he has no way to be able to get out of that one. Some nice early aggression here from this Earth Spirit is proven to work out quite well for LGD.
Yeah, this is what they wanted out of their Chen in that last game. It's just a hero that could actively roam and shut down MVP's momentum. And this is such a good start for LGD, just because this is the first time I feel MVP's kind of been challenged in the laning phase. Like, oftentimes, it feels like there's more of a slow progression with their opponents, but this time around, it feels like LGD are saying, okay, we're going to bring it to you. We're going to get active in the lanes. We're going to make sure that Forev doesn't just get the usual start, that QO can't just take over a game.
MMY, his rotation is being spotted out. Once again, MVP seem to really favor that River Ward that sees potential support rotations behind the offlaner or potentially behind the mid-tier 1. Tornado EMP. Sylar is actually going to be hit by that EMP. Takes a little bit of extra damage. Febby just comes in for a quick heal. And probably should be looking for that 4-minute rune. But he can very easily be zoned out if both supports of LGD head out for the bottom lane. We'll see.
Yeah, Febby going to bring the Sentry along. Spots it. Can you even click on that? Oh, that is... Okay, so he's going to eat it. Very good.
Takes a lot of damage for that one. Arcane picked up by our Earth Spirit. And he's actually holding on to a level, seeing whether or not he wants to get the extra bit of damage into the stun or if he needs the silence.
This QO Invoker still doing kind of okay. He's got phase boots, but Sylar is getting a lot out of this lane right now. He's already got the gloves of haste on the bear.
Leading in, MMY's got to be able to get the silence, the follow-up stun. Very nice control there. Unfortunately, they aren't getting any roots out, and he will be able to go invis. MMY not being able to bring any detection into lane just yet.
That was really close. If they could have just gone one route, that might have been enough to bring down that Invoker, but unfortunately, unable to. It's QO.
You still have a free farming Juggernaut, though. MVP Phoenix. Oh, the jump in once again. QO is going to be caught out. The tornado gives them a bit of space here. They are going to try and chase this down, and they get the root at the last second. That is perfect. Exactly what they needed. Juggernaut's going to TP in, and I believe he does have his level 6. The scare back there from Sylar. Dubu is still going to be able to keep up, though. The Fairy Fire keeps him alive, and an uphill miss as well. Really unfortunate as they do manage to get the full healing salve out. And Sylar will actually be able to stay in lane. In fact, he'll get some free damage on MP as well. Takes out the healing ward. MP already down to half health.
Yeah, and this is reminiscent of when Sylar, he did this against Liquid. Remember the old Fluff and Stuff plus IX Mike roster when he outplayed them at that bottom lane? And the Sylar lone druid, he knows the control, he knows how to bait. And he's almost got the Midas completed at just 6 minutes now, Cap. And this is not what MVP expected. I don't think they expected a fight like this.
Oh, Sylar.
He doesn't have the mana for the ulti, but...
Cold Snap's keeping on him, but we do have the roll in once again from MMY. Now they're turning around the silence and the kick. They have another turnaround, though. Febi's going to be able to come in with the wisp, healing him up, and he'll be okay.
Yeah. And unfortunately for them, not able to get the kill, but still the Earth Spirit doing quite a bit in this regard and forcing a lot of rotations from MVP. They have to devote 3 heroes to being around this lane. And this is what we kind of expect out of the Earth Spirit in general. Like, this is what makes the hero so good.
Two-man rotation looks like coming out from MVP through the river. It looks like a smoke up from QO and Dubu. We run into DDC. They will be able to scout him out. Looks like they got a little nasal goon. The tornado does hit. DDC should be falling here, as I don't think LGD really have any appropriate response. Just run down by the 3 members of MVP, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Still really good for LGD overall, as maybe continues to get some farm. There's not a whole lot of pressure anywhere else. And they're doing a really good job of things overall, as not a whole lot so far that MVP can do to either of the cores.
What's our Juggernaut up to? What level is he? He's got level 6 phase boots. Looking pretty good right now. But then again, RTK looks like he was level 5. He actually went for... Do you prefer this build? We were talking about the problem that Ursa's going to have against Quaswex. I feel like Arcane Boots is a necessity for an Earthshaker, just because, not just for him, but also for the Ursa.
Yeah, I think it would have been overall a little bit more stable, especially since ROTK is having a much better time in the offlane in general this time around. I think at least like 1 or 2 minimum.
Oh, roll in. They're going to try and go for MP, but he misses out. He actually kicks MP. Oh, MMY. That was rather unfortunate. He tried to get the quick silence off as he rolled in order to prevent the spin, follow up with the stun. They could have actually killed him, but that was one of those scenarios where you had a very likelihood that MVP was going to be able to get away scot-free.
Yeah, MP's like, away. But he's going to pull the lane back. Smart decision because everybody from LGD is up here. They've rotated maybe. This is a really good rotation by them just because there's not a whole lot that MP can do against maybe. He can always just pop the Enrage anytime the Jug decides to ultimate. And you can't just go for the TP spin like you normally would. So MP's just going to get out of there, rotate down to the safe lane because he knows that something is afoot. At some point, your safe lane is no longer your safe lane. And maybe he's even going to show in the lane now He doesn't want to waste any time.
One of the big strengths of Quaswex Invoker, right, is that you are able to easily solo defend towers, so he can actually go up to the top lane while the rest of MVP go and take the early Roshan. If need be, they can actually go and TP up to the top lane. Tornado EMP goes out. Doesn't hit on much.
There's like no way that... I don't think LGD can rotate fast enough for this. Like, they're going to start running down right now. The Ursa does have the TP available. There's no way that they expected this to happen anyways. You've got the Savage Roar on the Bear, though. Can he just walk in?
Roar in position. He's going to be able to roar and stop a little bit, but
somebody click
still,
the
Aegis! He's right on top of it. He can't pick it up. Oh, Febi's forced to grab it out of everybody. Oh, my God. RTK. He's actually going to be slowed down by a little bit of goo. Turns around, faking out the Fissure, not quite hitting it. Nice Tornado EMP, though, landed by Kiwo. That all but assures there's no opportunity for LGD to do anything here.
Yeah, this is so awkward. This is like the hero that you least wanted the Aegis on. I think even like, I guess he's okay, but once he's out of bottle charges, you're just kind of a ball of light. You would have really liked to see it on one of your cores that could play aggressively. It's a really good maneuver.
Kicked up. Are they actually going to be able to commit to this when they jump in with MMY? The damage from the Visage isn't nearly enough, and now MMY is too far forward. Blocked out by the Fissure, laid down by his teammate ROTK. And that's a free kill for MVP. This is a Quaswex Invoker. Got to keep in mind that it's rather tanking. The Tornado EMP coming out once again. LGD just can't seem to get a hold on this Invoker, as once again he's going to be able to turn it around. Maybe he's forced to pop that Enrage and run himself away.
Yeah, but MVP starting to regain some footing. Really good Roche attempt as well. Like being able to force LGD up to that safe lane, and then everybody from MVP makes the instant decision to go for the Roshan, especially when you're against an Ursa. Like you never want the opportunity for him to just grab a free Aegis. But MVP on the offensive, they're going to grab this tier 1 tower up on him for sure. This is one of the least desirable towers to try to defend for if you're LGD. The mid tier 1 is a lot more stable to go for.
I don't like this as well, just because MVP Phoenix can potentially gain control of the jungle, but this also really lessens the hold of LGD have over Roshan, right? It's already bad enough being Radiant side. Once you lose your tier 1 at bottom and mid, it seems all but impossible to be able to actually contest Roshan.
You're kind of just forced into this position, though. At some point, you know you have to give up that tier 1 tower at bottom. What matters more is giving up the tower mid-tier.
Rapid rotation around there, going to be able to catch ROTK out of bounds. Completely out of mana. 3-3 now. The score may be even, but MVP is certainly far ahead in this match.
I don't think it's that bad. Like the Ursa still has, I think, like an okay amount of farm. Like most of the difference in net worth, I think, just comes from like the objectives. But LGD overall have had a pretty decent time of things. Like last game was... If you told me 15 minutes of the game...
Oh, but they're about to lose their top net worth hero. They do have the relocate in as well, so there's no way that Tyler can get out of this one.
Oh, they do manage to kill the Jug, though. That's a really big pickup.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how he died. I think he just got stunned by MMY. He just did Earth Spirit things. Then maybe hit him a bunch.
Tower is under attack.
What's your opinion on the Bristleback mech? Because obviously you've experienced it a lot more than others.
It's so awful to play against. You're just... You think you finally killed a Bristleback of all heroes, and then he mechs up with his Wisp. Everybody from MVP's full again. ROTK.
Looks like Dubu was trying to go for the swap, but just a bit out of range.
Yeah.
MVP are doing what they were doing last time, though. They're kind of grouped up in 2 or 3 end squads and keeping this this really neat split push that is not allowing LGD to actually gain any ground. Maybe MMY, it's all on him. He's got to find the right kind of initiation. Until RTK is able to pick up a Blink Dagger, the split push can only really be defended by MMY leading the charge.
Almost feel like LGD can still fight. It's not like the Aegis is on some crazy hero like the Invoker or anything like that, or even Flev. It's on the Wisp. But LGD are going to concede this top tower too, and they're content to continue to farm because they know that Sylar, once he gets the Radiance, complicates things for MVP.
Once he gets the Radiance, but he's still another 2k away from that Relic. Meanwhile, Bristleback has a Vanguard as well as that mech by 13.5 minutes.
Yeah, the timing on this Bristleback is so sick. They should just be able to frontline with this hero and take down towers. And that's exactly what they're going to do is MVP. They're going to snake behind this one and See if they can find a kill on Sylar and set things up with the Wisp relocate. Should be able to get this once they relocate in. Oh, they went the...
Oh, Sylar! Oh, no way.
Wait, what just happened?
They just passed each other by. MVP Phoenix miss out on what could have been a free kill.
The timing on that was pretty absurd. Like, as soon as they hit the high ground, he gets the... That is... Sylar's got to be so weirded out, because then he sees them in his jungle and he's like, they smoked.
2,400 golds. Runs to that middle lane. But he's really the only one successfully farming on LGD. It seems like everyone else is just trying to take perhaps some of these smaller jungle camps, but like no one even feels comfortable showing themselves in bottom lane. Right now, the Ursa is just kind of wandering around.
I'd really like them to not give up this tier 1 mid. I don't think, even with the Radiance coming up, I think you have to at least make some effort at contesting it.
MMY, balls on in, is a little bit short. They don't have their Ursa here just yet. He's making his way across from the jungle anyway, so they can make a commitment soon.
Yeah, they're even going to pop the glyph.
They should just go while Forev is up at that top lane. Actually going to be able to catch QO, leading with a Fisher stun. Nice swap back out, though. Dubu may be blown up, but he managed to protect QO, and that's hugely important. Now the relocate in from behind is going to be able to catch multiple heroes. RTK is going to be the first one down. DDC actually summoned some new familiars, so he should be okay. Able to cover his retreat with a potential stun, but this just means MVP Phoenix, they win the fight, and they'll go right back to taking that tier 1 at the mid lane. I like this rotation from LGD, though. They know how desperately they need to be able to track down MVP. They get Febby, and they're going to turn towards Forev. Unfortunately, they're missing out on disables here as they can't quite keep up with Bear. The tornado comes in. It's on 2. EMP will go off, but I think they're just going to try and go for the Spirit Bear and call it a day. Forev.
Oh, here comes maybe, though.
He's apparently okay with this. MMY is going to be able to address QO, and Forev, he's actually battling it out with Ursa right now, but this is not a battle he can actually win. Forev will eventually go down. The Mechs keep it alive. Maybe. Oh, he actually does die. The kick on through. Vischer onto QO. They're controlling up the Invoker, but Sylar's almost dead. MMY is trapped up against MP. There's just no way out here for LGD as they run down hero after hero. 3 down. DDC hit by the tornado as well. There's going to be a 4th down double kill for QO. And it looks like Dubu, he might even find ROTK. No, he doesn't get the swap off.
ROTK has to be so frustrated at himself. He blocks himself from being able to help the rest of his team. He was like just over that ledge. I need to Echo Slam this. I could end this fight for my team. Unable to do so. So many heroes hit the deck for LGD as they lose 4. And this Earthshaker used to have a decent Blink Dagger timing, but that is now fallen off. Although they still have the Radiance coming up somewhat soon.
Somewhat soon.
I'm optimistic.
Seems like MVP Phoenix will be able to take the last of these tier 2s before that Radiance is up. And then next they turn towards Roshan, take that Aegis, and then probably go high ground from there, right?
Yeah. I do like that they're going to go for the Midas on Kyo, by the way. I think he just kind of understands the read of the game. Just in case the Lone Druid had a really good start, you want to be able to catch up in levels and farm.
And it's one of the heroes that gets the most benefit out of levels anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
You could speed that along, it's all good. Show themselves at bottom lane, the relocate comes out, Sylar doesn't have any way out of this one. He does have the roar still up, but he's just trying to run it. Does manage to scare back QO, but the rest of MVP will still be able to run him down. LGD on the other side, though, are going to try and fight this one. Nice block out there from Forev, actually absorbs that rolling boulder and will be able to fight the rest of the team. RTK throws down the epicenter, but is only just before he dies. MP is chased back with a spin, but Forev is going to be able to continue on the front line, slowly but surely tickling these heroes down with the quills. That'll be another 4 down from LGD as MVP are just stomping through this game too.
Yeah, now we can say they're crushing. And I don't...
he just picked up a Hanamitis on Invoker. He almost has enough for the axe.
I don't even know
to go that route.
What happened this time around, Cap. LGD did such a better job of contesting lanes. They did a lot better in their safe lane. They killed Forev. MMY was a beast. He continuously rolled at mid. Slowed down Q more than I've seen him slow down at any point during this tournament, and they really took it to them. But when it came to team fights, they're just getting flat out demolished.
Kick comes in, Forev. Not quite blocked out. Maybe is going to have to enrage, but they may not even be able to save him. MP does get rooted up, but Forev's going to be able to keep on going. A scare back there. Maybe he's going to be taken lower and lower from the urn, and they do end up taking him out with Bevy. Spirits 3-man Fisher. ROTK still does not have that Echo Slam, though, so not much he can really do, though. QO locked in by the roots, but that's willing to turn and fight. He's okay with this one.
That's a maybe buyback, but Sylar doesn't have Bear for the next 82 seconds. It's going to be a guaranteed Rax.
Invoker Dagon, okay.
All right, that's the get out of my game item.
He's ready to just zap down some heroes.
Yeah. QO he's feeling himself right now. He's like so happy. I'm doing QO things, can't stop me. Gonna build a Dagon with my 3,200 gold.
That's the top 6 Dagon right there.
Yeah. I like that. Those moves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the subtle, this is how far behind you are.
Demoralize the enemy as fast as possible. Sylar not expecting
Sylar's about
QO to still be inside the base, but he's definitely here, and he's got the Dagon too. MP will finally catch up. The spin to win will take out Sylar. Dubu takes a large amount of damage, and that heals him right back up, so they throw down the swap, catching up to DDC. Take him out. Dubu still completely fine. Sitting right next to the fountain, he's okay. LGD just have no reprisal whatsoever.
Yeah. Like, what does Sylar even tell his team? He's like, guys, that Invoker has a Dagon. I would tell my team. Like, who pings that out for the rest of them?
Invoker has Dagon 1.
Yeah, you just ping that out, like, what?
It's a late Roshan, but it'll come up eventually, and MVP Phoenix are going to lay claim to it, unless LGD can make some sort of crazy smoke maneuver in the next 5 seconds and head over there.
They have their Lone Druid Bear up.
They're so close to the Blink Dagger, too. They're going to be like, oh, guys, let's just get the Blink Dagger, and then we can go smoke into the Roshan pit, but it'll be too late.
And the more frustrating thing is how tantalizingly close Sylar's been to that Relic. I remember 5 minutes ago, he had a 5-minute Midas. Where did it all go wrong? All of a sudden, MVP, they do Roshan, somehow Febby gets it. LGD start the game off really well. All of a sudden, things are just catastrophic. That's a good... At that point, you can use that term.
Better movement, better control, better kind of everything from MVP once we got past that laning phase.
Yeah.
The Earth Spirit did prove to be a bit of a sticking point. LGD definitely had some good opportunities with that.
My hero did everything they wanted it to.
Yeah.
It completely dominated the lanes. The team fight for it has been relatively successful. They're just getting out team fought right now. Like, even that fight near their ancient...
It seems like the only successful hero for LGD was that Earth Spirit.
Yeah. The Lone Druid was going really well too, though.
Yeah.
I just took too many fights with the rest of his team. At some point, I think Sylar should have told his team, guys, like, 300 gold. Just relax a little bit. He's doing everything he can to get that item because he knows... I think he knows there's like no fighting it down. He has to tell his team, we might just have to concede this Rax. They can't take more than that. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Attempt at a zoning kick. Those familiars aren't really going to be doing much to our Bristleback when he's got Crimson Guard and his back turned.
Yeah. You give up this Rax, but you get a lot of farm on Sylar. You're not going to fight before his Radiant anymore. Imagine if they did this, if they had done this 4 or 5 minutes ago. Just said, let's wait for Sylar's Radiance no matter what, and then we'll see what we can do. But I think at this
MMY is going to jump in. They're going to try and pop Febby, but he's already got a Ghost Scepter of all the items. MMY is going to lose all his mana and his life, so the Dagon comes out. RTK turns around for the Fisher and does manage to get away. At least for the time being. Forev's going to be able to chase him down eventually. He comes in with the extra bit of health. Omni Slash bouncing around. 2 very tanky heroes that are going to be able to absorb the Omni Slash. That's why we were talking about how they could just tank Juggernaut, but they never really got the opportunity to until now. Spirit Bearer's going to die a secondary time. Maybe tries to jump onto QO, but there's just too many counterplay mechanisms here for MVP. 4 staffs and Ghost Scepters all around. DDC is actually going to be almost dying to Febby straight up.
MVP is just enjoying themselves right now. They're just diving non-stop. They've got a full AC completed on Forev too. They've secured themselves.
MMY kick in, but he doesn't actually dress Forev. Immediately goes down. Spirit Bear also going to die for his secondary time here. 8 to 21, make it 22. Sylar goes down yet again. Maybe finally picks up a kill. And there we go. An echo out from ROTK. Maybe, just maybe, LGD can push MVP out of the base, but there's still the 2 cores. Got both the Juggernaut and that Bristleback, who's looking quite healthy. Maybe he's going to try and go for the Juggernaut. Oh, he's going to be able to burst it before the TP out as well. Can they control Forev? No, there's just no way. There's too many Quills. Maybe he's going to actually try for it here. He still has the Aegis, though. I don't think they should try and fight this one at all. This is just a bristleback who is too much to handle at this point in time. MMY tries to slow him down. Forev managed to dodge it. Won't be able to dodge the Fisher, though. A little bit more control. And it looks like he will finally be losing that Aegis. The one keeps him alive a little bit longer. Max efficiency with the tread switching as well. LGD are committing so much time to try and stop just the second life of the bristleback, and they can't even do that much.
You said, Cap?
Nope, can't even do it. Febi's
were
finally
saying?
here with a relocate save. 12 to 22.
Something about
Say
that
you want
Aegis?
it. Say you want about LGD, but they are fighting out to the bare end.
You don't want to go out like this.
No.
You want to at least see if there's any glimmer of hope.
I mean, with that Echo Slam, there is a glimmer of hope. They got themselves a decent fight, good recovery in gold.
Yeah. Still, they have to contend with, despite that near full-on wipe, it's still almost like 6,000 XP, 20k in net worth, and MVP.
The metrics don't look great for LGD.
They just continue to pick up items. That's the scary part. Kyo's got a dig on 3. At this point, he's fully committed. Like, I'm okay with this.
You know, I've seen plenty of the Quaswex Invokers that hunt people down with the Orchid, but this is just something else.
Yeah, this is taking it to the next level. I know a lot of people are gonna call this like PM or whatever, but why? He's winning the game. He feels that he can get away with it. You do whatever you want.
Potential to be able to delete certain key heroes like the
Radiant's
Earthshaker.
top tower is under attack.
Who after
tower.
that fight now has himself a 4-staff. The Ursa managed to complete a Diffusal Blade, so they can actually real quickly blow up the
Radiant's
Wisp now.
top tower has
They need
fallen.
the they need a
Okay.
big echo.
Maybe not that quickly. 3 vid boosters.
What's going
But
on?
they can address the Ghost Scepter. They can't address that one item. I'm not sure about the
Imagine
those
if
3
Febby-
orbs.
Imagine if Febby just built
They're
like
going to
a
jump
signal.
on. Dubu, kick. That's a good kick, actually, onto 2, but unfortunately the Tornado's going to be pretty disrupted. They do manage to get a 3-man Fisher, swap back out, but Dubu still dies as the kick comes in. MMY still going to be able to control these heroes with the Echo Slam over the top onto 2. They're
Febby's
definitely
not your
trying to go onto
target.
Febby, but my god, he's going to be able to complete the relocate out, leaving Forev here, because we know the Bristleback's always going to keep on living.
Nobody
What
checked
the
his
hell?
items.
Yeah,
Nobody
no,
checked
it's
his
like,
items.
it's a Ghost Scepter, guys. I can defusal it off. It's all good.
Radiant structures
Not
are
the case
falling.
here at all. Febby comes right back to the fight. And the last lane of Rags is going to be going down here unless LGD can pull out a miracle.
MVP.
Radiant's top tower has
RTK tries to jump for Febby here. Febby's
So
fine
close.
though. 4-staff back inside the base, trying to juke his way around, but maybe still dealing with Kiwo. Oh, the enrage goes off just before the Dagon hits. And RTK is going to be run down by MP.
Radiant's
Melee
top
racks,
tower
range
is
racks
under
is all that's left, and LGD, they probably knew it was over for a while now, but they just wanted to fight it out to the bitter end.
has fallen.
I think this loss is going to hurt almost more than the first game, just because they had certain advantages going into this. They just got outmaneuvered around the map. That first Roshan was so well done by MVP, and it took away a lot of LGD's lineup momentum.
Yeah, it wasn't just about the aggression, but the way they utilized some of their split push